Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show, live from Darwin, Australia. Today is February the 13th. 2018, back on the East Coast, back home. How you guys doing? It's humid here, it's hot here, and I want to go running before this thunderstorm starts. Again, we got a lot of thunderstorms here. Remember, check out the link section below. Get your Trezor, your Ledger Nano, CryptoHWWallet.com. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the shirts, Crypto Graffiti. Okay, let's get out of here. Strong hand, I forgot to say, conviction. All right, first off, April the 17th, I am going to be in Los Angeles speaking. The tickets are available now. I linked to it below. It's at the Century City meetup. I spoke there, when was it, in January. Tone just spoke there. Vortex is going to speak there after me. It's awesome. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, check out the link section below. You can sign up for the meetup on April 17th. It's going to be huge, and it was just a rocking time last time. I love you, Los Angeles. I'll be in Los Angeles from April 16th until the 24th. And then the 25th, I'm speaking in April 25th, Boulder, Colorado. And we'll have more information on that soon enough. Rocky, my main Rocky, sent me this link, and a lot of people are talking about it. It's the Bcash. A guy made a video about Bcash, how there's a issue with exchanges carrying it. And hey, man, I'm not too worried about it, okay? If they want to fix their problem, they can fix their problem. Obviously, there is an issue. It doesn't affect us users. It affects the exchanges. But people want to hear about it. I linked to it below. Watch it yourself. Vention MGTOW just sent $5 on the super chat. How you doing, Vention? Yeah, I sold half my Bitcoins back in March, and now it's insult after injury since I have to work it into my taxes. I feel sorry for active traders. Very good point, Vention MGTOW. We're going to talk about that in a second because it is tax time. And as you saw in the title, and he checked out the link section below, this is not a good time of year. If you are a gambler or a trader, whatever you may call that, you got to pay your U.S. taxes now if you sold for fiat for dollars, and that's a pain, especially if you went back and forth, back and forth. Holders, hey man, we don't have to worry about that. We didn't sell, and it paid off. And like Vention said, when he sold, he ended up losing. Oh, it was a terrible situation. That's why you got to have a strong hand, conviction. All right, pound that like button, people. What else do we have here? All right, so thank you, Rocky, for informing me about, and Rocky will be on the show soon enough again, about this, the Bcash thing, that exchanges could have millions stolen from them. Okay, now hopefully everyone will work it all out. I don't want to FUD. The video is a good video because the guy who made the video isn't trying to FUD Bcash, okay? He's just trying to present an issue. Now, there's still Bclassic out there too. Oh yes, I checked out their Twitter feed for the heck of it, and it's alive. And the guy talks about Crypto Bridge, the Crypto Bridge decentralized exchange. That's where it's listed. Maybe I'm just bringing this up more so to talk about that this Crypto Bridge thing exists, and you can trade your Bclassic there if you somehow know how to get it from your Bcash. Bclassic is the original Bcash that Bcash forked off from. Oh yeah, it's complex, but yeah, check out that decentralized exchange. That's some people are predicting that's going to be a big trend soon enough. We're going to have a lot of decentralized exchanges next year. Crypto Bridge. Just I linked to the Bclassic tweet below. All right, so there's some MoneroV FUD coming out. MoneroV is a crypto dividend of Monero that is coming out in April. I thought it was April 7th. It might be after that. Whatever. I'll update it. Or is it March 7th? God, I messed the whole thing up. Yeah, I think it's March 7th, actually. I don't even know what month it is anymore. March 7th. Yeah, excuse me. I messed up with the April. It's supposed to be March 7th, but I think it might be March 13th now. Whatever. That's not the point. The Monero people, there are certain Monero people that have some FUD warnings. They actually mentioned me. That's why I found the Reddit that I linked to below, and you can see what these Monero fans say about MoneroV. It's FUD, but there were some people that were just like, wait, it's going to boost up the price of Monero, as people want to get 10 MoneroV for every Monero they own. So competition is a good thing. I say it's a good thing for Bitcoin too. MoneroV is not pretending to be Monero. They're not calling it Monero. It's MoneroV. I mean, they're not asking exchanges to take over the old ticker sign or anything like that. It's a friendly fork as far as I can see. Now, is it going to end up the same way as Bcash and Bitcoin have? I don't know. We'll see. But, bring on the competition for Bitcoin too. I just don't say it for Monero. The more friendly fork crypto dividends, the better. I mean, if BGold wants to just become powerful, let BGold become powerful. Let them do their thing. They're free to compete. They're free to do Bitcoin differently. And the Monero people should, open their arms to MoneroV and say, hey, as long as MoneroV is not pretending to be Monero, and I have not seen that yet, let them try to do Monero a little differently with a cap, with a limit. All right, so I linked to that Reddit below. You can decide. Zclassic has pumped. It's at an all-time high in terms of Bitcoin. It's about 1.7% or 1.8% of a Bitcoin now. Zclassic. This is in anticipation of the Bprivate crypto dividend being born on February the 28th. That is the day of the fork. Now, why is this just the natural buildup, or is it because something just happened? I linked to a Reddit below that says that the Bprivate official white paper will be linked to, will be posted very soon. I don't know if that's boosting it or not. Maybe this is just the ramp up. Maybe it's a false ramp up. Who knows? But if you're a Zclassic holder, since I've been talking about it around, it was around December 26th, I made a video about it. I've been talking about it from before. I'm sure you're pretty happy if you're a Zclassic holder. I'm sure you're really happy if you're a Bitcoin holder too, because you're going to get this Bprivate, and it appears that the Bprivate will be at least 1.7% of a Bitcoin, which isn't too bad for a crypto dividend. I mean, Trezor, there's some Trezor noise out there over Twitter. I didn't link to those because it seemed kind of rumorous and rumors. Is that a lot of rumors out there with the Trezor? And but still, we got to work on Bittrex. I haven't heard any of Bittrex rumors lately, so I'll make a video. We're 2 weeks away now. We're 2 weeks away from February 28th. Unbelievable. Time flies. So I got to do something when I get some time. Maybe do an outside video by the water. I ran by the water yesterday. It's nice. Again, I don't like it here when it just all of a sudden there's a huge heavy rain. But we're in the tropics of Australia, which is it's interesting. Not many Americans travel down here. I have a unique story to tell my buddies in Baltimore, in the United States. I haven't seen any Americans here. It's interesting. It's interesting. Darwin is a great place. Pound that like button for Australia. I enjoy Australia. Okay. Andy Hoffman has some good topics at his cryptogoldcentral.com. I haven't had time to read it all. Again, I'm running around. I'm trying to beat the thunderstorms. And there are a lot of thunderstorms. And yeah, anyway, but and I haven't had time to read all of the stuff yet, but he has this one, Tax Time Doomsday. And he talks about how if just like mentioned, if you sold your Bitcoin, if you're a trader, if you're a gambler, you got to pay the IRS now. And so many people have not reported and don't plan on reporting. Dudes, you got to be really careful with that. If you're not planning on reporting to the IRS and you bought and sold at Coinbase, you're making a tremendous, tremendous mistake. I mean, you've already made a tremendous mistake by selling your Bitcoin. Don't make another tremendous mistake. It is a honeypot for the IRS. Coinbase is a honeypot. If you bought and sold there, you got to play by the rules here. You do not want to end up on their bad side. You do not want to be a 22-year-old who gets audited. Does that sound really fun? So I know some of the people are really young who have bought and sold Bitcoin. They're not used to paying any taxes. I don't know. They're not from me. Their dad used to pay their taxes I don't know. You're a big boy now. You're playing with the big boys. That's what cryptocurrency, that's what Bitcoin is about. This is where the big boys play. So do not try to mess with the IRS. You've already dug yourself a hole by, becoming a flipper. You didn't listen to me. Just to hold. It's again, gold and hold. Treat it like people used to treat gold. You just put it away. Okay. 2020 halving. Learn about it. Understand it. This is not. There's such day traders lose. Holders win. Okay. Over the long run, long-term thinking. Really understand it. And then you won't have to be in this uncomfortable situation now that it's tax time. And it is tax time. April 15th is, again, 2 months away. You have 2 months to stress about this. And I am not an accountant. So I don't know how you're going to do your taxes if you went back and forth 50 times between fiat and Bitcoin. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's a pain. You should have held. So this year, if it's this year, 2018, hold. That's the lesson. Move on from this catastrophe that you've gotten yourself into, this tax catastrophe, and move on and just learn to hold and keep it simple. And maybe things will become simpler. Maybe it'll become easier to go back and forth. And the $600 thing will apply that I talked about yesterday. All right. So here is a tweet from Whale Panda about how Shapeshift and Eric Voorhees, who I have said many times to boycott because they were for Segwit 2x. And it stands true to this very day because they had a tweet out there they called Bitcoin Core. Everyone got on their case and they had to change it. They had to remove it. And now it's not there anymore. But Whale Panda brings this up. And it just shows you how big the Bitcoin community is and how they're not going to take an insult like that. But again, you should have been boycotting him and his company anyway. Since the Segwit 2x thing that came out. And since he was obviously a king of the trolls dude, I know he's saying it's a mistake. Whatever. It's good for him. It's a mistake then. Fine. The boycott still goes on. And I just like to see how there was such a backlash immediately when they said Bitcoin Core on there. That's how powerful the Bitcoin community is. So that's linked to below. So there is a new site talking about crypto dividends, mostly Bitcoin crypto dividends, forkdrop.io. Forkdrop.io. Again, I'm not they have some services they're selling too. I'm not recommending their services. I haven't used their services. You have to be you don't give people your private key, obviously, but they do list all of the Bitcoin crypto dividends. They're open to listing they listed an Ethereum one, I think. They are open to suggestions. Some of these crypto dividends out there that are from China have the worst names ever. It's like hilarious. So I found it like partially it's entertainment. There's some fake ones up there too. Oh yeah, remember to pound that like button, subscribe to this channel, of course. And check out the notes section below, and check out forkdrop.io that's linked to below. But so there, you're going to get some laughs, and some of them are weird. But I give these guys credit. I always say be entrepreneurial in the space. They created their own business around crypto dividends. So good for them. And I gave them a shout out in my Twitter today. Also, remember, I am TechBalt on Twitter, TechBalt. That's blowing up. I'm Bitcoin Meister on Steemit. You can be an entrepreneur there also. And things are blowing up over on Steemit also. Bitcoin Meister on Steemit. All right. Here, I forgot. I do have another thing to share. I was about to wrap up the show. Here is a tweet from Sir Grant Fleming. No one knows what is going on, especially traders. 'Tis the reason they are all stuck in front of their terminals and Excel sheets rather than retired on a beach. Anyone telling you different has a gambling problem. That's a good point. I think I'm going to go to the beach right now. No, I'm not going to go to the beach right now. But these guys are stuck in front of a computer all day. I travel around the whole world. I'm a holder. The gamblers are stuck in front of their Excel spreadsheets trying to make this day trading stuff work. They're gamblers. They got a gambling problem. Check out that guy's tweet. And again, yes, sure, you're going to hear from some guys, I did so well. You never hear from the guys who did bad. except Vincent MGTOW, who's an honest freaking dude, okay? Who's a modest man, who's a good man. But he's an older guy too. He's over 50. He's 50. Let's say Vincent's 50, okay? And so people of that age group are more likely to, they're going to tell the truth. These young 20-year-olds, teenagers, whatever, they're just going to talk a big game no matter what. Don't fall for it. The people on the internet that in Bitcoin, they're talking such a huge game. They're in chat sections like this. They're under the comment. They're in comment section. They're on forums. They never show their faces. They talk a big game and they're not honest about it. This is honesty. Life is brutal, dudes. It's not easy. It's not easy. And so, to glamorize something that is just gambling, you'll find out the hard way if you try it. You'll find out the hard way. And all right. So Segwit, over 16% Segwit adoption now, according to Veredder, who I linked to below. He's got a good feed on Twitter, so check him out. $2 from Big Chings over on the super chat. Hey man, I linked to your Steam it yesterday. Everybody check him out. Fork coins coming soon, he says. Of course, fork coin. But let's focus on Bprivate. We got to be focused. Be focused, because and Monero. Let's focus on those ones. Those are a lot of and look, Vincent MGTOW just gave out his real age. I'm not going to even say it. He's 50. He's 50. That's what he is. He'll always be 50 to me. All right. What else? This guy. Oh, when I can preview. Oh, here. This guy. Here's someone left this on my Steam it, and I just want to say that this guy is a totally innocent dude, but it just shows you you can't get caught up in everything you read on the internet. Just look for experience when it comes to Bitcoin, okay? When it comes to cryptocurrency, someone just might post something and you might get scared. But then when you dig a little deeper, well, here, this is what the guy said. Previous 2 weeks can be said to be the darkest weeks ever in crypto history. Then I said, I immediately replied, I disagree. I've been around for a while. There have been much worse times. And then he replied, could be, I have only been here for half a year, so maybe it's my mistake. Okay, guys. So that guy was totally honest. He didn't mean any harm, but there are a lot of guys talking a big game out there that are just like this guy who've been around 6 months, who are telling you this is the worst it's ever been, and they've been around 6 months. I mean, there's a lot of people like that. So pound that like button if you like experience and you're not impulsive. And that guy didn't mean to throw anyone off, but it could have thrown some people off and made people panic. I mean, all of that adds to the FUD. All of that adds to the FUD. Guys that have only been around for 6 months or whatever, talking like that, it adds to the FUD. So you need to clear it up sometimes and just remind people that experience. Go talk to people who've been around since 2013 or since 2015 even. All right. The B gold Bcash ratio is back to a B gold is 10% of a Bcash again. I mean, why does this happen? This is something I've always been curious about, and I brought it up a few times, and it goes back there sometimes. I don't know. I don't know the reason. They're really not related at all. One's a friendly fork, one's an unfriendly fork crypto dividend. All right, Money Triggs, who might be on the show soon, because I haven't had time to contact him about Friday's show. But remember, we'll have This Week in Bitcoin on Friday at some time. I don't know what time. I don't even know. The time difference is just so big here. 14 and a half hours ahead I am. I mean, it's already the 14th here. Some of you people there's some commercial holiday on the 14th or something that some guys fall for and waste all their money on. Don't waste your money on the 14th. Buy yourself some Bitcoin. Hey, by the way, spring training started today back in Florida and Arizona, the Orioles. Hey man, I'm patient. I'm a patient guy. I've been waiting for that World Series for a long time. You stick with what you believe in. You stick with the Bitcoin. You stick with the Orioles. Eventually, in the long run. Anyway, yeah, that just says I have conviction. I have Orioles conviction. I have Bitcoin conviction. And there's some fans of sports teams, and these are the same 80%ers that are just like, oh, Bitcoin's dead. I'm not in it anymore. They're like, I'll just like the Yankees now. They're good. They went up this year. Or the Astros are the world champions. I like them now. And it's just the fickle 80%. You see it in cryptocurrency. You see it in sports fandom. Dude, I was born an Orioles fan, and I would die a Baltimore Orioles span, okay? Just like with Bitcoin. Born a Bitcoiner, die a Bitcoiner. And that won't be for a long time, God willing. We all need to stay healthy. But Money Triggs, going back to him, his tweet. And I don't exactly know everything behind this tweet. It says, we will have the only Bitcoin ATM in the country. He's talking about Spain, network in the country. And we are considering launching a radio station with crypto-related podcasts, news, and ads. Next election, we will sponsor a pro-Bitcoin politicians. I just found that fascinating. I'll have to ask Money Triggs more about that. I haven't heard about Bitcoin radio stations before. That's kind of combining the new school with the old school. But, you know, there are a lot of men listen to talk radio still. It's a good target audience. I don't know. Radio is kind of like gold. It's around. It'll be around. It's just not a big thing. But, hey, if you can modernize it, be my guest. And that I'd like to hear that they're going to sponsor. You know, I don't like politics at all. But, hey, if you're going to, like, highlight pro-Bitcoin politicians, that might get some of these sociopaths on the right track, because they'll buy into anything if they feel a little bit of pressure on it. And you know, they can't kill Bitcoin, but they can, whatever, they can make it easier come tax time. Let's conclude with that. All right, everybody. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Do check out the notes section below. I will say hi to you guys in the chat. And yeah, humidity in the hair. It's crazy. Bye-bye.